Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ, all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have some good time together and share education as usual. Now, as you know, we supposedly discuss having a debate with the sheikhs from London, but we are not sure yet if they are joining us or not. I see Yaqub is online. I will call him, and I hope his sheikhs or his teams are ready. We put the ring down so it doesn't bother you until he answer, and let us hope that's hello.
Oh, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you doing, Yaqub?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Did you get your shakes ready, my friend?
Okay, so I thought it was 4:30, but anyways, I spoken to him yesterday.
Yeah.
Long story short, he's unwilling to debate,
Uh,
uh, which is very unfortunate.
do you remember what I told you?
Yes, that they're not going to be willing to debate.
Yeah, they knew who I am, right? This is why they refused, right?
No, I didn't mention who you were.
Really?
Um, yeah, really. What I did was I asked them the questions I asked you yesterday.
Yeah.
And I said to them that I spoken to a Christian, and he told me this. And I said to him that he wants to have a conversation with you tomorrow at 4:30. They said no, they're not willing to do this. They said they would ask around. Um, I'm not too sure if that's the case, to be honest.
All right. Well, what we can do, I mean, we cannot force people to come and debate us, but we would like to have somebody have knowledge, maybe, because you know what usually Muslims they do say that I debate people who do not know, and when we challenge the sheikhs, they don't show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what I've gone to do is actually so there's two things I've done in the meantime. I've I've looked at one of the books of Ibn Kathir, Al Sira Nabawi, if
Mm-hmm.
you know this book,
Mm-hmm.
to check if the mention of Khadija's wedding is there. And I'm not sure if you read the book, but it is mentioned there actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
you
you
know,
know, I mean, do you think really that I am going to send you a link, Musnad Ahmad, even the Muslims, they have audio for it. And I mean, you can type in 2 minutes in Google, Prophet Google, peace be upon him, and he will get you the answer. So, I mean, it's going to be embarrassing. And it's going to be, first, I'm a Christian, you know, and I'm forbidden to lie. Secondly, you know, lies are very short. The rope of a lie is very short. It doesn't matter how you try to extend it, people will find out, right? So there's no point of saying a lie to you, and then you will find that this is not a true. And then what? Then I will lose your respect, and I will lose the argument, and what I accomplish nothing, right? There's no
yeah,
point. So we will not mention anything unless we are sure. So what do you think, Yaqub? You can get us anyone else replacing those people who can somebody have knowledge, or everybody retreat?
uh, well, I'm going to ask around to be honest. This is what I'm going to do.
All right.
Um, I think that's correct. But at the same time, have you heard of a channel called Islam QA before?
I don't care really for names, but what I know that Muslims, all Muslim channels are the same. They are copy paste of each other, and nobody knows what he's talking about.
No, what I mean is that it's a Islamic channel where you can call in as well.
Yeah, well, give me
Uh,
their Skype. I will call them right now. No problem.
no, they come in at they're on TV. I'll send you the information, but they come in at 12
You
o'clock
see, I
UK.
called I called the Dean show before, you know,
The Dean
and
Show.
yeah, they did not let me go. Actually, I have it recorded. I posted on YouTube. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they you know they lie. They have a preset people to call and preset questions. You know, so like it's not like now. I do not know who's going to call me. They have a questions already is made. They made some one of them calling what it's called TV, and supposedly they are going to answer the one who's caller. And the D show actually go farther with their lies. They don't even receive calls, you know, because when I call, they did not let me go through. And the guy Yusuf State, you know, he have a cell phone. Have you ever heard of a TV have a cell phone? You're answering by cell phone, and nobody hear what he is saying, and nobody hear, I mean, who is calling, and nobody hear the voice of a caller. And Yusuf State, he said, yes, brother, okay, we will answer you. But what is the question? Who was talking there? Nobody knows. And I tried to call them. They did not let me go. They right away, they figure out my voice. So
Okay,
anyway.
well, what I will do is this. I will do one thing then. I will call tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and I will ask them the 3 questions, and I will also ask them to give us a good reason why that they're refusing to speak to you.
Yeah, and you can tell them all what you need to do. If you don't want to call, like maybe they feel like they are higher than us, we are lower than them, no problem. We are humble people. You just give me your Skype, I will call you. I will call you myself, you know, no problem.
Yeah,
what I want just people willing. They will not feel like we are harassing them, you know what I mean?
I mean, there's no harassment here, right? We're talking
No, I
about
know,
religion.
but I mean, it's if somebody have a private Skype, and somebody give it to me, maybe the guy is sitting with his wife, right? You know what I mean? Maybe he's with his kids now. Maybe he's, you know. So we want people who knew that we are going to debate them, and they knew what the topic, you know, it's about Islam, and they are willing to do it. Then I will call him. Otherwise, I don't want to. Like, if I know now a sheikh phone number, I'm not going to call him. You know, I will not, because this is not right. I mean, people, they have their private life. And you don't jump, you know, and call people in their phone. This is harassment, you know. Unless it is like, okay, now we have a program. Whoever wanna call us, etc. And it's a different story. But my experience with Muslim programs, they don't really take calls. They have a preset questions, like Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik, he stand in the stage. The sister there is asking question. Sister, I'm going to answer you. You know, and and the drama start, and the question and the answer is very funny and very. The question is silly, and the answer is more silly. You know, you know, I don't know if you remember once Zakir Naik, they asked him, supposedly a woman. She asked, how come Muslim women she will not get virgins? You know, like the Muslim men.
Yeah.
So Zakir Naik, he said to her, and you can go find the video. He said, brother sister, you asking question. How come a Muslim woman she will not get virgin? First of all, the word hur is a plural word. It's a female and male. So sister, inshallah, you will get hur. Like, what the heck? Hur suddenly is male too? I mean, the Quran says, يَطْمُثَهُنَّ جِنٌّ إِنسٌ وَلَا جَانٌ. There's nobody from human or genie made them intercourse and have made them bleed, right?
Yeah, no, hur are females for
females,
sure.
go watch the video, and he says to her, hur is not a male, it's not a female, it's for both. So inshallah you will get hur. And all the Muslims will, wow, look at the answer, Allahu Akbar. You know, I mean, what a nation of ignorance. So what I can say, I mean, my friend, if those are their scholars, and this is their top scholars in TV show, you know, I mean, what about the ignorant? If this is the knowledgeable one, you know.
Yeah,
and imagine even how filthy the promise is. The promising the women, and he is in the stage that you will have, excuse my language, you will have a lot of men to if you. This is exactly what he's saying. I mean, there's no shame. He told her, inshallah.
Say that again. Sorry, say that again.
He said to her, when he promised her a lot of hur, male, right? Yeah. He is saying to her, a lot of men will if you.
Oh.
Yeah, this is exactly what the promise is. Inshallah, sister, you will get a lot of men. What does that mean? I mean, this is disgusting. This is filthy.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So let me ask you this. You know, in Islam, the Prophet is the best of example, right? This is what we're taught.
Mm-hmm.
I want to understand from your perspective. What is the reason why you're not a Muslim? Because you're obviously well-read in Islam. You clearly are educated. So I want to know why you're not Muslim.
First of all, Yaqub, what does the word Muslim mean?
Someone who submits.
That's not true. The word Muslim means someone who surrender. And surrender is an act of cowardness. So a man, he come to us with his army, and he says, surrender or die. You know, surrender or die. If you go to the Quran, just to prove my point to you, now we know that Muhammad, he ordered the Muslims, to fight the Christian, the Jews, the Arab, etc. And he said to them, if they surrender, which means they become Muslims, don't kill them. If the Christian, in the case of the Christian and the Jews, because he want money and income, he says if they pay jizya, don't kill them. Jizya, pay money, you can worship any god you want because he's a hypocrite. But if you go in the Quran, as an example, the Arab, they said, we believe, we believe. Muhammad, he said to them in chapter 49, verse number 14, don't say we believe, say we surrender. The translation, they use the word submit, like in Yusuf Ali, but the truth is, it says we surrender. And here Muhammad is saying that you, Arab, you say we believe. Say, don't say we believe. Say we become Muslims. Now you tell me, Yaqub, how somebody you are telling him you can say you are a Muslim, but he don't believe.
Islam requires full compliance, right? Which requires more than just action itself.
No.
Sorry, more than just belief itself. Yes.
No.
So prayer, for
the
example.
verse in front of you. Here we go. Chapter 49, verse number 14. Read it. All what you need to do, you don't have to believe at all. Believe
no,
never.
It says, sorry. It says here the Bedouins say, we believe. Say, you believe not, you only say. We have surrendered in Islam, for faith has not yet entered our hearts. But if you obey Allah and His Messenger, He will not decrease anything in reward for your deeds. Verily, Allah is all forgiving, most merciful.
Exactly. The translation here is not correct, but let me fix it. The Bedouin, the Arab, and all Arab are Bedouin anyway. We believe. We believe. They say what they say. We say we believe. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. He said to them, don't say we believe, but you say we are Muslims. The surrender here is translation for the word aslamna. Qulu aslamna. I know you do not know much Arabic, but I think you can read it, right?
Yeah, but sorry. Just give me 1 sec. Let me just reread it one more time. Say, you believe not. Only say, we have surrendered. Okay. For faith has not yet entered your heart. Okay, so is he saying here? Is it saying here that the Prophet is supposed to say to them, don't say you believe, because you haven't fully surrendered?
No, he should say, don't say we are Muslims. He said to them, you are not a believer, but you are a Muslim. He says, read carefully, my friend. The Arabic is so clear. The Arab, they said, amanna, we believe. Say to them, lam tu'minu, you did not believe. ولكن قولوا أسلمنا. But you should say, we become Muslims.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
So look what happened now. Do I need to be a believer to follow the God of Islam? No. Muhammad obviously is a gang man. All what he needs, people, they surrender to him and his gang grow. You don't care if you believe or not, just obey me. If you obey me, the verse saying clearly, if you obey Allah and His Messenger, you are fine. Believe or don't believe, who care? The biggest scam in the earth, So, and this is how Islam grow. Who care if they believe or not? Conquer the city. Everybody, die or live. What do you want? Say we are surrendering. This is why the Quran says, the chapter of Al-Fatah, when the victory came, the people, they enter into Islam by waves, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so why did it not enter into the religion before the victory, before the war? It's a war, So when when Muhammad was victorious by war, then people, they enter into religion by waves, by tens of thousands. There's no believers. Nobody is a believer.
No. But sorry. That's not really fair thing to say.
Here we go. The chapter of victory, Al-Nasr,
No. I don't dispute that. You're right. People did become Muslims in waves after Islam became victorious militarily. This is true. But you have to remember that back in those days, even with Christianity as well, when for example, the Roman Emperor, when he became Christian, everyone else became Christian, pretty much. when the
No, my
Ethiopians
friend,
became,
let me help you.
and that was normal.
No, that's
I
not
mean,
true. That's not
go
true.
conquer a
It's not
place.
true. You see,
From
Christianity was spreading so fast inside the Roman Empire, even though the Roman, they were killing Christians as killing cats and dogs. And you know that, correct?
Yep, that's true.
Okay. And now, because the Christianity is spreading, Christianity was able to arrive to the royal family. It's not because Christianity was not there, and then suddenly the one king he become a Christian, and then everybody become a Christian. Already Christianity is all over the place.
No,
So,
no, no. But what I'm saying is that back in those days, and this is
my
historic
friend, I
fact.
understand. The king,
If you
he,
conquer a
and this will
place,
have a huge influence, and this is happening right now. You see
yes.
somebody, he worship an actor, and the actor become a Muslim. He say, okay, I'm going to become Muslim, or he want to be a Christian. So people who love this actor, they say, oh, Christianity must be good because people are dummy. But this is not what happened with Christianity. Christianity spread all over, not by sword. And even the Constantine, the king, who become a Christian, he did not carry a sword. He says, if you don't believe in me, I'm going to kill you all. He became a Christian. That's it. But it was already Christianity all over the place. Christians, they have established churches.
But that's not true. The Christians did destroy the temples. They started to abuse the pagans. This is well documented
Well, this is well documented by who?
by historians.
Okay, where did they start discriminating? Can you show me? Where
Okay.
exactly that happened?
Let me pull up the sources. Bear with me a second.
Which country? Which cities? Which?
Predominantly Egypt and Greece.
Well, I cannot confirm or deny because I have no idea about it. However, this is not Christianity teaching anyway. This is not Jesus, and this is not the disciple. Everybody knows that Christianity, Jesus, he says, if people refuse you, clean the dust from your sandals and leave them. So if Christians they do such a thing, this is not really Christianity. People might do bad stuff. Christians they kill each other too, right?
No, I'm not saying that Christians are doing this, but what I'm trying to say is that I hear you often say that Muslims are violent, blah blah.
You see, when I talk about Muslims, I'm talking about the teaching of Muhammad. When somebody says to me, ISIS is not Islam, this is a lie. But if I say, let us say for sake of argument, we have a Christian ISIS, but this is for sure is not Christianity, correct? Because because Christianity is what Jesus taught.
So when people were going out and colonial period and killing thousands of people.
My friend, the colonial period, nobody is not about
they were using
it's not
the
about
Bible.
Christianity. The kings are searching for gold and silver, etc., and then missionaries go with them. That's all. It's not the purpose is not really Christianity. All those kings they were corrupt. All of them they are fornicators. All of them they kill even each other. They kill Christians. So how in the world they are going to spread Christianity? They are looking for a new land to suck the blood of those people there. That's all. But then the missionaries they come with them. And they spread the Christianity. They take it as an advantage. Like now, the American, they went to Afghanistan. American, they found opportunity. But the American army is not a Christian missionary army, But the missionaries, because now it's secure for them to go and open churches. And tens of thousands of Afghani, they become Christians. So, but this is not the army doing that work. This is missionary. People who have no arms, no weapon. Me and you go to the country because now we can go. So
yes, but before we go back to Islam, because I think we should focus on Muhammad and Islam. But before we go back to this, you do know the history of Christian missionaries in Africa, especially, right? It's very horrific.
Well, this is people they make horrific things, but this is not a Christian missionary history. This is not true because a Christian missionary is a person who follow Christ. And he followed the Bible. So when you say in Africa, the Christian, they went to Africa and they start killing people who don't believe in Christianity.
Sorry, say that again?
The Christian missionary, they went to Africa and they start killing the one who don't believe in Jesus.
They did a lot of stuff like this, yes.
No, that's false, my friend. That's absolutely false. The first missionary, the first missionaries is the one who went to Ethiopia and Egypt. And it was one person. Just 1%.
I'm not talking about the beginning. I'm
Hey,
talking
my friend,
about
so this is a Christianity. Anything else is not Christianity. You know, if a person is a filthy, he is filthy. I can claim to be a bishop, but I am a child molester like Muhammad. What does this have to do with Jesus? Christianity is people following Jesus. Anything else is not. So Christianity is a faith spread around the world before any king convert by individuals, not by army. The disciple of Jesus, they were individual. Jesus never had an army. Every individual went to a place, and then that place accepted the Christianity. But we're claiming that there's an army went to that place. Well, all those armies, they are going there for a purpose, and the purpose usually is money, is business, is a glory of a king, is not a glory of God. None of them care really for God. And the proof, you know, wherever they go, they take whatever is there. You know, they go to, you know, like now, even when empire like America or China or the Russian, they are trying to explore the space. Is that the purpose? Is it really science? No. The purpose is who can reach first to something valuable, discover it, and take it. You know.
Yeah.
The appearance is science, but the reality is, it's a big investment. It's very costly project, but hoping that we will be the first one to take. So if we find an Earth in different space, you know, if the Americans find the Earth, they will claim it for themselves, and that will be the new America. The same as the kings of Spain and the king. But you notice here that your prophet was supposedly sent by God. And your prophet is the one who told his followers, you are the best man sent, the best people ever sent to mankind, right?
Yes.
In chapter 3, verse 110. But what was the purpose? The purpose is to enslave everybody and bring them with the chains. Is that correct?
To enslave people?
Yeah.
And bring them to
The
the chains.
excuse is, we want to save them from hellfire. You know, this is the excuse of Muhammad. Why he want to enslave everybody? Why he want to kill everybody? Well, we want to save you from hell, like Putin now attacking the Ukrainian poor people. You know, because we want to liberate you, and you know, liberate you by stealing their land and taking their cities and destroy them and kill them and raping their women. But the flag is saying we want to you know, liberate you. This is the hadith. This is from Sahih al-Bukhari. You are the best of people ever raised up for the benefit, and between two brackets, for the benefit. Look at the benefit of mankind. Chapter 3, 110. Here explanation by your prophet saying, the best for mankind are those who bring them with chains around their necks till they embrace Islam. Is that what Jesus said to the Christian missionaries? Go and bring people to accept me by putting chain around their necks. Is that what he said to Peter and to Paul and to John? Is that the order of Jesus?
I don't know if he said that, but he for sure did not forbid slavery. I can tell you that.
My friend, you are mixing things up. First of all, no, Jesus, he forbade slavery. How he forbade slavery? He never owned a slave. And if Jesus is the one we follow, and Peter never owned a slave.
Can I ask you to,
my friend,
to show
all the disciples of Jesus, my friend, hold on. All the disciples of Jesus, they never owned slaves. And they are our best examples. And then you need to ask yourself, why in the time of slavery, they don't have slaves? Everybody owns slaves. Jesus, he raised people from death.
But was he not from, was he and his disciples not poor?
Is what?
We all know
well, Jesus is the last one can be poor, and I will tell you why. I am the person who raised people from death. How I can be poor? So he is poor because he doesn't accept money, but he can accept money. Imagine you are raising people from death. You are making the blind see. You know, I mean, how many people now, if imagine you have a clinic, no one enter the clinic, he don't get out perfectly healthy. How much money you will make?
No, you make a lot of money, but you said that the Bible. Okay, can I ask you to open up 1 Peter 2:18 and share that on the screen, please?
You tell me, what about it?
It says, slaves, be subject to your masters with reverence.
So?
Not only in those who are good and equitable, but also those who are preserved.
And?
So it's there. It's not condemning.
But he's talking, okay, you just noticed that he is talking to Christians. So those are Christians enslaved, and they did not choose to be slaves, and he don't want them to use violence to free themselves. Be obedience. So you are misunderstanding the difference between we are promoting slavery, and we are asking the Christian not to shed blood and kill to get their freedom. Christianity, everybody knows, teach peace and teach love. So be obedience, and those are the one he's talking to are not Muslims. Those are Christians, because who is going to read this and listen to this and obey this? The Christians, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So he is not not siding with the master against them. He is telling them that Christianity, we as a Christians, we are against violence. You know, that's all. He is not approving slavery. They are already slaves. Don't kill and don't make chaos and shed blood. And usually at the end, the slaves is the losers. They will be killed. As an example, you know what happened to Sawrat al-Zinj in Basra, in Iraq?
No, what happened?
You can search it right now. Hundreds of thousands of black people, not 10, 20. I mean, the whole area, there's no white people live there, only black African slaves. So the Muslims, they start bringing slaves, and the whole territory of Al-Basra become a slave territory, and they have their own city. What they do, they bring them there, they force them to do irrigation work, farming work, and the Arabs sit home and they eat and they sell the product, and the slave, even the one who sell, is the slave themselves. But the slaves became big in number to the point they become the whole, tens of kilometers, thousands of kilometers are full of slaves. So they made the revolutionary. And what happened then? All the Arab, the white ones, united, the Muslims, and they killed them. Right now, there's 0 black people in Iraq. You can go right now and search it in Google. It's called...
No, I don't deny that the Muslims...
No, my friend,
there's a very, very...
You see, there's a huge difference between...
Yeah.
Your prophet, he owns slaves. Do he?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He died and he still owns slave. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So how he can be against slavery? My Lord, he never owned one. He never have one. He never bought one. He never freed one. Because simply he don't have any.
He never condemned slavery.
No, you see, in Christianity, Jesus said, what the Bible teaches us, that in Christ there's no Greek, there's no Hebrew, there's no free, there's no slaves. All of us, we are equal. So what you are asking for, why Jesus did not free? Well, Jesus don't have an army, and Jesus cannot free anyone. And
but he can say it's wrong because
already he gave tons of examples of respecting life. And if you respect life, you don't own somebody else. You don't. If you respect life,
okay.
You know.
Let me ask you this. Exodus 21:20, it says, I know this is not from Jesus, but this is the Old Testament, and you accept this, right?
Right.
Okay. When a man strikes his slave, male or female, with a rod, and the slave dies under his hand, he shall be avenged. But if the slave survives a day or two, he is not to be avenged, for the slave is his money.
Yeah. But
okay, so that means that's his property.
But first of all,
that's fundamentally wrong. So
no. You see, we don't compromise the same as the Muslims. We change our mind and we say, "Oh, we are with this and we are against that." If you go, we are going thousands of years by time. In the same time, the Hebrew slaves, they give themselves, they offer themselves for years as a slave voluntarily. So you go to a person, you say to him, "I want to be your servant." Slave here is a servant. Not,
I'm not talking about Jewish slaves. I know there's a distinction between Jews owning other Jews and Jews owning non-Gentiles.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the non-Gentiles here.
Well, those non-Gentiles, usually they are coming from war. And because everybody's enslaved the Jews, so if you say to the Jews, you cannot enslave your enemies, then that will be a really horrible mistake, because simply those people are seeking survival. Remember, all the Jews, they've been taken as a slave, the whole nation, twice. And they've been enslaved for hundreds of years. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So Moses he have the law of eye for an eye. They enslave us, we enslave them. You treat us nice, we treat you nice. You kill us, we kill you. You take our land, we will attack your land. As simple as that. So the whole nation is under slavery law. Everybody is practicing slavery. And you are asking the Jews to be as if they are coming from the city of Aflaton and live between the whole nations who believe in killing and bloodshed, and saying to them, why you are not living like angels? Well, that will erase their race and that will make them distinguished from this earth. So in order to survive in such atmosphere, there is a reason for what they practice. It was a solution of existence. It was not a solution for fun.
Okay, so that's fine.
My friend, listen. If we want to compare, I mean, Islam came long after Moses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Muhammad, he came 600 years after Jesus, right?
Yep.
Okay. Jesus never owned a slave. His disciple never owned a slave.
Mm-hmm.
And that will set an example for a Christian to ask themselves, well, if they don't own slaves, why we should have slaves? Obviously, he do what is right, and he don't do. If something he did not do, obviously it is wrong. If Jesus did not commit adultery, even if he never spoke against adultery, well, still obviously adultery is wrong. If Jesus never commit a theft, but he did not commit theft, obviously theft is wrong. So not everything Jesus have to say in order to know it is right or wrong. There's many things Jesus did not say, but we know it's wrong. Simply, Jesus was holy, and holy is what he did. We check what he did, we find none of it is about slavery, none of it about theft, none of it about money, and Jesus is the one who taught us even not to be the same as the Muslim hypocrite. When you pray, go to the closet. I mean, what a big deal if you pray in the street or you pray. No, when you pray, go to your closet, which means a small room, close your door, and this is between you and your Father, the one who created you. So when we pray, even the prayer, if the purpose of it is to be known, it is sin. But Jesus did not say, he did not make a statement saying praying in public is sin, But he told us that there's many people do such a hypocrisy act, hypocrisy.
Uh-huh.
So Jesus always, he spoke to us in parable. There's many things he said, many things he did not say, but still it is there. And the reason of that, as an example, the Jews, they come to Jesus and they say to him, shall we pay tax to Caesar? I mean, what does this have to do with Jesus? Pay tax to Jesus, to Caesar. But the Jews are trying to, let us say, to find a reason for they want to get rid of this man, Let us say, if he say yeah, then the people will hate him. If he say no, the Roman will arrest him.
Yep.
So this is in front of the Roman. Well, did Jesus say pay to Caesar? No. Did he say to them, obey Caesar? Not even once. What he said to them, he showed them hypocrisy. He says, show me the coin in your pocket. The coin have the image of Caesar. What Jesus said to them, well, give what to Caesar to Caesar. Which means you are a bunch of hypocrites. You are asking me if we should pay tax to Caesar, yet you carry the money of Caesar, like the ISIS now, Al-Qaeda. Their favorite money is dollar. But yet the American are the kuffar. Well, if they are the kuffar, why you carry their money? Why their money in your pocket? Why it's your favorite money in the bank? So they are hypocrite, and there is many things Jesus he was avoid actually, let's say, saying, because he knew that this community is not ready to take it. Jesus is a revolution of a humanity, but he don't want to bloodshed. He don't want people to get killed because of his teaching.
Yes, but from what you're saying here, you basically make Jesus sound like a coward. To be quite honest,
you can understand it as you wish, because Jesus, if you say to me now, somebody is coming to kill me and Jesus did not defend him, you can say he's a coward, but this is not what Jesus taught. So your understanding can be like that. Our understanding is different, because Jesus, the one who have power over death, the one who can persuade kings, if I promise a king, he die, I will make you alive again. This king, all in his army, will promise me victory forever, protect me forever, you know. So Jesus did not take advantage of what the power he have. So how he can be a coward? By being humble, by being not a person. When Peter, he took his sword and he cut the ear of the soldier, and obviously he can kill him. Jesus, he shouted at him. He says, "What are you doing?" The one who take by the sword will be taken. So here we go. He have his men. They are willing to die for him, and obviously they were able. I mean, the one who cut the ear, he will cut the neck, right? So Jesus, and Jesus, he put the ear in its place. So Jesus, if he is a coward, then he will hide behind his men and let him die, let them all die in order to save him. This is your prophet.
But did they not run away? Wait. What do you mean this is my prophet?
You're a prophet, you run away.
And when?
Okay, isn't it you Muslim, you claim that Muhammad, he asked his cousin Ali to sleep in his bed so he can run away from Quraysh?
Okay, to Medina, yes.
Okay, isn't it this is an act of cowardness? Because not only this, he is risking a child. Ali at that time was a boy. He's asking a child to sleep in his bed. Those people will enter the bed, and he ordered him to cover himself. Those
Can
people
you just put up the reference again? Sorry, I just want to.
You can search it. I mean, you are a Muslim. You don't know. I mean, you know the story, right?
Sorry. Huh? Yeah, I know the story.
Yeah, so I mean, we do not need to waste time. But this is an act of cowardness because I am asking a child to die so I can run away. You know, Jesus, he knew when they are going to come to arrest him. That's what the Bible teaches, right? Even the Quran says that Jesus can tell you what you had in your houses. He can tell you what you ate. So Jesus, he knew even what you in your mind. So Jesus, he knew. Even Jesus told them that in this moment, one of you will deny me. This one will deny me 3 times, you know. So, and this is exactly what happened. So Jesus knew exactly the time, the date, the moment, what people even will do, who will stand with him, who will not. And then he did not run. If he's a coward, he will run. Imagine you tell me that your enemy are coming to kill you now. And
no, Jesus. Okay, but how about his disciples? Did not Peter deny him 3 times?
Yeah, but this is the weakness of a human being. But Peter himself, he stood to defend Jesus too. You know, people they do sin. People they have fear. People they etc. But people they repent too, and people they do what they think it's right. And even when Peter he decided to defend, Jesus refused that. You know, it was not the right act from Peter because he did not ask him to do so. So in order to understand the Messiah, my friend, you need to understand that all the message of the Messiah is, you know, to love, not to hate, to build, not to destroy, and to have peace, not to do bloodshed. So when we speak about slaves, you know, we are not against the slaves to be freed. You know, we don't own slaves, or we should not own slaves. But in the same time, if those slaves try to free themselves or disobey, what will happen to them? So this teaching was for their benefit, not for the benefit of the master. And how long after Christianity, after Peter, it took the slavery to be demolished? long time. So imagine if you say to them at that time, well, disobey your master, okay? If he they kill them. They will be killed, all of them. So simply, it was an advice to live, not an advice to die.
Okay, so if we can
which year in America slavery was stopped? I mean, we are talking about now. We are not talking about in the time of Jesus, right? So my friend, so imagine at that time you try to be free, and what will happen to you? Obviously, the society is not ready, and slavery is very popular. It's a normal thing to do. It's evil, it's ugly, it's disgusting, but they do it, you know, and it's there, exists for thousands of years. So Christians are people who live between those people. They are not coming from the moon.
Okay, but just to be clear, from your perspective, you believe slavery is not allowed in your religion, right?
I told you, like in the Old Testament, it was allowed for a reason.
No, but I mean now.
No, it's not. Where it says,
okay,
where it says allowed? Can you show me? Go ahead.
No, but the better question is, where does it say you're not allowed? Because it
Well,
clearly
my
says
friend,
that.
if our best example is Jesus, then it's not allowed. We Christian, Jesus said, "Be holy like your Father. Don't be greedy. Don't seek your own glory." Don't, all of this is a person, a human being, is trying to abuse somebody else. How Jesus says, "Love your enemy," and you are taking the life of somebody and the freedom of somebody and making him a slave. How that work?
Because I'll tell you why. Because Jesus did not come to change the old book.
No, you
You
see,
know what?
Jesus, he said, "I came to complete," which means it's not completed. So Jesus, when he said, as an example, Jesus, he said, "It says to you, eye for an eye," correct?
Mm-hmm.
But I say to you. So when you say he did not want any change, well, obviously, eye and eye was exist for a reason. And now the reason Jesus here, and Jesus, he came in here to make things perfect. So it's being said to you, eye for an eye, but I say to you, and you will see what he says to you is different from eye to an eye, right? So love your enemy, pray for those who curse you, etc. And this is a huge difference between what was and what Jesus, brought to us. But we
No,
understood.
but you see, sorry to interrupt, but I think you're misinterpret that, because you're referring to Matthew 5:38, right? When he
Hmm,
says, "You have heard that it was said, eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, but I tell you, do not resist an evil person."
hmm.
But if you look at Matthew 5:17, he does say that, "Do not think that I've come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish, but to fulfill them." So if you read this, I mean, the Old Testament does not abolish slavery.
My friend, no.
Jesus,
You
so
see,
I don't
you
understand
are you
what
are
you.
making it very limited. We just showed you
Uh,
an example. If Jesus, he said, it's a book, it's not a sentence. If Jesus says it's been said to you, an eye for an eye, and at the same time Jesus says, "I came not to abolish," but he just already said that I am completing the law. The law, it is a law, and I'm completing it. It was not complete. So I'm coming to you now, and I say to you, in this stage, you see, in the certain time, the children of Adam, they marry their sisters. Is that correct?
yep, they
Okay.
did.
And God, he approved that. Did God say it's sin?
No.
Okay. So why God did not say it is sin? Because I mean, this is what they have. I mean, there is no. I created one Adam, one Eve. So obviously, the children will have their sisters as wives. So the law was the law, but the law of God in the time of Adam is not the same as the law in the time of Moses, not the same as the law in the time of Jesus. So God is not a change in his law. The law is made for the man, not the man made for the law. As an example, the Jews been ordered to respect the Sabbath, correct?
Yep.
Okay, but obviously they have wrong understanding for the Sabbath. Jesus says to them, Sabbath was made for the man, not the man was made for Sabbath.
Yep.
But this is him who said to them, well, respect the Sabbath. But the Sabbath was made for the man. What does that mean? The Jews are a greedy people. They love money, and now nothing changed. So they want to work 7 days a week, and they want to use their servants to work for 7. Nobody take rest, especially the servants, So they're greedy. So the Sabbath was not made for God. God, he will not, he don't care for your Sabbath. God, he do not need your Sabbath. God do not need your donation too. And God, you do not need your prayer too. And God, who do not need your worship. You worship him, you don't, he do not need it. It's not about God, he needed. So the Jews, they made it as, the same as the Muslims, they made that rituals or acts or certain things to do, like prayer, they made it as if God, he needed. And if we don't do it, God is going to punish us. But all of this was for the benefit of the people, not like if you want to go and do poo-poo, you have to walk 100, etc. from the camp. What does this have to do with God? This is for the health benefit of the Jews. This is not God. Go do poo-poo in your bed. So there's a law was made for people to survive, and
Mm-hmm.
and there is a law for people to love and to get high in their humanity, and that is Jesus. So when Jesus came, obviously it's a new era for mankind. Love your enemy. There's nobody says that before, and it's a crazy to say that actually, 2,000 years ago. Love your enemy. I mean, even now, who what do you mean love your enemy? Let us now try to convince this filthy Putin that he should love the Ukrainian. He claimed to be Christian, but he is killing them. If Putin he practice one sentence of Jesus, we have different universe. If Muslims and Christians agree to love their enemies, well, then you will not hate me, and then I will not hate you, correct?
Yep.
And then we will not have war. So here you see that Jesus, yes, he gave a law to the Jews before in order to survive. Like, here we go, the Amlite is attacking you, the same as, go and attack them. But this is what they did to you. They kill your children. They took, this is what even the Quran says in chapter 2, verse number 246. So those people, they attack. And now there is a prophet, and his name is Samuel, and he told his people, if you go to war, you will not support me, and you will not do it, etc. And then the Quran take the story, put it in the Muhammad book, and he claimed this is from his God. God, he is condemning them for not fighting or doing the order of Samuel. But you notice here, it was for the sake of surviving, not for the sake of killing. Jesus, when he come in a new era where the Roman is established empire. There's a parliament. You believe it or not? The Roman, they have a parliament. They have Congress. They have senators. They have police. It's a very well-established state, civil state, somehow. But still there is slavery, but as you see, slavery was here in USA not long time ago. Long after the Roman. So it is time for a new step of life. Before Jesus, the Jews, they live by the law. By Jesus, the people live by love. So love your enemy, forgive the one who hit you on your cheek, give him the other one. That is new, right? That is totally new. What do you mean? What do you mean? Somebody hit me. Why I wanted him? How many people they can practice this? How many people they can handle it? How many people they can say, oh, you know what? I forgive you, brother. I just hit you in your face. You send me to forgive me. Actually, if you do that, you will see that the person, he will become ashamed of his behavior. People, they can label you as a coward, but people who understand that you are Christian, they understand that this is because you are a Christian, not because you're a coward. Otherwise, everybody can kill. Everybody can kill. And
yeah, but what you're excluding here is that even in the New Testament, it does very clearly say, slaves, obey your earthly. I'm quoting
you
here.
see, you're just repeating yourself again as if I said nothing to you. Obey,
No.
my friend, obey, because simply if they don't obey, what will happen?
No, but if you, I see what you're saying here, but if you, the full verse says, obey your earthly masters with respect and fear and with sincerity of heart, just as you obey Christ.
Okay, and
that's you guys worship Christ.
exactly.
So what is telling slaves to go and basically worship your slave owners, correct?
No, he is telling them because it's simply, the slave owner in the time of the Christians, you need to read the timing too when they are talking. If this verse is written today, it's not going to be the same. They gave them a verse fit for the time in their living. Obey your master, because if you don't obey him, which means you obey him blindly, you don't even question their orders, because if you don't, they will make you, ash. They can burn you, they can kill you, they can rape you, they can sell you. You have no control. So there is one of two choices. Either you obey them the same as you obey Christ, as you say, which means you don't question what they say. You don't question their orders. You're just obedience, and you are already slave. It's not a choice. And the slaves already, they knew that. This is nothing new. We know that we have to do that. But what the Bible, what the disciple, they are teaching them, we are not here to come in to make you, let us make it clear. We are not here a revolutionary. We are not Robin Hood. We are peaceful believers. So the change will happen through the peaceful believer. We will change the mind and the heart of your master. But until that happened, you obey. If we try to force They will kill you. They are killing us already. The one who's talking himself, he have no power over anything. So his words is useless. At least for the pagans. Who is the one who listen to it? Is those who believe. So if you believe in Jesus, this is what we believe. We don't want to kill the masters. We don't want to kill the king. We don't want to kill the army. We are not here coming to make... Islam is not a Christianity, and Christianity is not Islam. Islam is a war, is an army, is a caliphate. Christianity is poor disciples going around with their sandals. They don't have army and never establish one, and they do not need one. So they
Was it
change.
designed to have an army? Just that I'm being on it. I genuinely don't know. But was it supposed to be a state or not?
No, the state of Jesus is not the state. Jesus, he says, my kingdom is not in this earth.